messing up the franchise. Come on, man. Can we help the man get in the chair? You going to have us banned from the program. Yeah, going to have us banned from the program, man, falling out the chair. So, Brother Rod, I remember people got a dose of your personality in the offseason when we sat down and we were talking about that O State game. Now, you said a lot about O State. I loved it. But it's the kind, I mean, you kind of said some things that, hey, if they were so inclined, they could put it up on the bulletin board and try to make you answer for it.
Right.
So you get on the field, though, don't seem like they made you answer for it. Seem like you made them kind of answer for it in the game. So take me back through the game this year.
Man, that game was one hell of a game. I mean, everyone on offense and defense played great. But, I mean, me personally, man, that game was so great. Essentially starting off, Will getting that pick in the first, what was it, the first or second quarter?
It was the first quarter, I think. Yeah.
And that set the tone for the DBs. Like, we weren't letting anything go. And then when they got to running the ball, they running the ball pretty well at some point in the game. But then towards the end of the game, when we didn't get that first down and the defense had to go back on the field, I was just thinking to myself, like, and I was telling the guys up front, like, you got to get to the quarterback for us. Like, that's what kills these type of drives, get to the quarterback. And the drive came, and I believe they got that dig that I thought was an incomplete pass, but they reviewed it, and it was a fumble. I'm not even going to lie to you. I looked at the clock. It was probably 34 seconds left. I looked at it. I said, oh, my God. Like, this one time, this game got to stop right here. And I told myself, somebody got to make the play. And I'm like, you know what, just make the play, make the play. And they ran the double dig, and the ball was in the air. And I'm like, oh, that's game. I'm like, that's one easy one. I'm like, bet. And I caught it.
Game was over.
Game over.
Game was over, yeah, man. And, look, it means Michigan, Ohio State always means something to everyone affiliated with Michigan. But you was a guy who came from Ohio, and you was a guy who they were like, hey, well, we got to see. We want you to come visit. We want to evaluate you. It just feels like it hits a little different and a little harder for someone from Ohio given your background.
Man, I mean, it's always going to hit hard for me. I would say probably from my freshman year, it's always been the most personal. I mean, every game to me is personal, but that was like the most personal game I've ever played is that game. And just these past 3 games, every time I step on the field, I mean, the film speaks for itself of how personal it is to me. And especially from being in Ohio, like you said, they tried to get me to come to a camp for an offer, and it was like basically a slap in the face, like I'm not good enough. So, I mean, I showed them I was good enough multiple times.
A few times now. So take me back through the year, though, Rod, because I was talking to Will about this. You start out the year and you banged up. You can't do what you want to do, what you know you can do, right? How did you get through that? Who helped you get through that?
Well, I would say my family at home, the trainers did, and Coach Klink and Coach Minner, and the guys around me. Like, I'm going to be completely honest, probably when I first got hurt, I was real frustrated and trying to go around and just asking why, like, they had to have it at the time. Because, you know, we talked before the season what type of season I wanted to have.
Yeah.
So, and it frustrated me when I couldn't even play in the first 3 to 4 games in the season. And, I mean, to be honest, when I was out there a few weeks and I came back, like, I had it felt like I wasn't really in the game. Like, you couldn't tell, like, for instance, the Rutgers game. I mean, I missed that tackle that I really usually don't miss, and I just felt myself not being the same as I am now. Like, I feel like I'm getting back into it now ever since I got back.
All right, well, you need to get up on the stage, Rod. Proud of what you're doing, man. We're going to have to get you on the mic again, brother.